Okay, we're back with the YTSM Fill It World Series for 2017, and we're going through, like I said, all the games that TSM lost in their group stages to kind of examine and figure out why TSM couldn't seem to make it out, against all odds, even though everybody seemed to believe that they were the favored team in this group, even though I, as we discovered in the second video, I think WE was clearly the top dog in this group by a pretty big margin. Um, this is the third game that we're gonna watch, the third of fourth. This is the Flash Wolves game. This was the one that I think kind of this is the dagger. This is the one that puts the nail in the casket. Um, let's get into picks and bans, and we'll see how things go down here. All right. Bear in mind, going into this, Flash Wolves is 0 and 5. They have nothing to lose. They know they're not moving on. Um, everybody has beaten the Flash Wolves. Almost everyone's beaten them twice. They haven't looked good this tournament. Karsa and MMD really haven't shown up. Karsa as a jungler for this entire tournament, his pressure has been like non-existent, and MMD has lost almost every single laning phase. Um, Betty's gone pretty much even, and so is Maple, but like they've just struggled from the top side deficit. So TSM should be coming into this game pretty confident. Confident and like focused, but there should be more happiness, more confidence on their faces here. Like this is the game that wins it for them. If they can win this game, they get out in second. So the bans start out with Ezreal Galio from TSM, and I don't know exactly where this came from. I don't think Karsa played Ezreal at all this tournament. I think the only Ezreal pick we've seen is from contracts. So I'm not entirely sure why they're afraid of Ezreal. So I think this ban is kind of bad. Galio, honestly, unless they feel like they're going to get like some type of crazy Galio Wombo composition that they just can't handle, I'm not sure about the Galio ban either. I almost feel like I would have rather seen Galio from TSM this game, like a nice comfort draft from them, something that we know that they played into the ground, and like it's at this point in Worlds, it's been really strong. We've seen the Galio, we've seen what it can do with a late scaling AD composition. We know that it's not a bad pick in the mid lane. It forces so much pressure onto the side lanes because of its mobility. It gives so much added protection for your front line or your back line. It's a great champ. Like I don't no, I don't believe that the pressure should be on TSM to ban Galio here unless they've seen something in scrims. Unless like something from scrims or they've heard something from scrims about Maple's insane Galio, but I don't think Maple. For the life of me, I can't I don't think Maple plays Galio. So it's just a weird ban. It seems like this isn't Galio, Ezreal usually aren't the things that a team like Flash Wolves would focus. Um, and Flash Wolves bans out Gnar. They want. Okay, so stop right here. Stop right here. Flash Wolves just banned out Callista and Gnar. Callista's a basic ban. It's something that I think is pretty obvious. You know, like it. Everybody bans Callista. Um, Gnar is weird, especially for an early ban, and starts saying to me if I'm the one doing pick bans, either they're forcing me into picking Cho'Gath or they want Cho'Gath. One of Gnar's like the primary reason Gnar is in meta right now is because it is so good into Cho'Gath. It's mobile. The percentage health damage you get from the third proc is so strong against Cho'Gath. It just bullies Cho'Gath in lane. So, and we've seen Haunter's Gnar. They've seen Haunter's Gnar. We know that Haunter can abuse a Cho'Gath with Gnar. So to me, this is screaming that Cho'Gath, they're focusing on something around Cho'Gath. They either want Cho'Gath or they want us to pick Cho'Gath. Regardless, I don't want to deal with Cho'Gath if that's the case. If Flash Wolf's plan seems to be like this ban is so early. This is such a weird ban so early in the ban phase to focus top lane like this. And we know MMD has been struggling all tournament. Karsa's been struggling to get pressure going all tournament. Like, ban the Cho'Gath. Just get rid of it. Don't play it. You know what I mean? Like don't deal with it in this ban phase. There's tons of other compositions. Haunter has a huge champion pool. We don't have to kind of play into their game. Just get rid of it. Let's remove the threat immediately. TSM bans Zaya. Why? Zaya's not even like Betty is more like a Varus type player. Like he always has been. Like he likes like the kind of immobile but decently high DPS damage engage utility type AD carries. Ashe, Varus, that's always been kind of Betty's thing. Where like he can carry, but like Zaya, I don't. Why are they focusing Betty off that ban? Unless like they have some plan for the bot lane where Zaya is just so awful where you can't play it. And Flash Wolves just get rid of Jarvan. They don't want to deal with the hard engage. They don't want to deal with the fact that Jarvan is so flexible. It can go top. It can go into the jungle. Strangely, Jarvan's also okay in the Cho'Gath. So I don't know. These are like red. These are red flags for me. Like these are super red flags for me in the banning stage. That they just seem like they're screaming that Cho'Gath is gonna be a focus here, and TSM picks up Lulu. So here's my mentality here. What I'm thinking if I'm Flash Wolves is okay. TSM know that we're gonna pick Cho'Gath because it's been very apparent from their bans. maybe they want to go into a Kog'Maw composition, so they're picking up Lulu because Lulu is probably the best of the three supports with Kog'Maw. She gives the speed buff, the extra shielding, the ultimate makes Kog'Maw like the Juggernaut is so real with Lulu. So, uh, but to be fair, Lulu Janna also works in that type of situation. It's maybe not as great as Lulu, but it's good in that situation. Um, I don't think that picking Lulu here is such a priority. Maybe not. Honestly, I Tristana's open. We like you know how what like good Doublelift is at Tristana and how well he played it the first week. He seems really comfortable on the champ. He's played countless games on it. He did great at it for the first few games. It's not banned. I would just pick Trist first. Maybe that's just me. And the Flash Wolves. Flash Wolves pick Kog'Maw. So that's why the Flash Wolves pick Kog'Maw. Because right here, what they're saying is, okay, so they're reading our Cho'Gath pick. That's why they pick Lulu. They're going to pick Kog'Maw into the Cho'Gath so they can just shred it down. We're going to take the Kog'Maw for them right now, so it's not an option for them. And they pick Janna. Do they pick Janna? I guess you don't have to, and like TSM can't ban it. So maybe that's gonna be their last pick. They want to take Sejuani away from Svenskeren. They want a comfort pick for Karsa. They want him a big tanky body, some a really strong CC, a good solid engager, and a big body to put in front of Kog'Maw. So they're like, okay, Sejuani is good. It's good late game scaling. We like that we have Kog'Maw here for Betty. It's kind of a Betty champ, an immobile, high DPSing output type champion. Um, and we have the Sedge for Karsa. So yeah, Flash Wolves, they feel like they're in a good spot, especially if they're planning on doing a Cho'Gath comp right now. They're in a really good spot. This is where they want. This is where they want to be. And TSM is picking. They're hovering a couple things. Ivor in Italy, Kane. Get the Gragas. Okay. So TSM has good disengage and re-engage with Lulu Gragas. Svenskeren on something comfortable for him. Okay, and they pick Doublelift, so they're picking straight comfort champions. Lulu for Bio, Gragas for Sven, Doublelift on Triss. No twists or turns in this draft. Let's get into the second half of it. Nobody's throwing any curveballs. We're doing late game scaling stuff here. Nothing is abnormal yet. Both teams seem to have a good comp. They're okay. The big issue, the glaring issue here for me is that if I'm TSM, I don't want to see Cho'Gath right now. I don't want to see Cho'Gath. So we'll see what they do first. The first ban, Flash Wolves get rid of Rise. They're trying to, I guess, getting rid of Rise allows them to, they maybe they just know that Bjergsen's very good at rotations on Rise. It's a pretty safe mid laner, has a lot of like, it's a pretty good matchup into a lot of the champs that are out right now in mid lane. So all good all around ban. In TSM bans Lucian. Okay, so maybe TSM's banning Lucian because they're saying Kog'Maw is mostly with the new Rage Blade Kog'Maw. He does a lot of magic damage, so you like to supplement that usually with some AD from the mid lane. So like TSM saying let's get rid of AD mid laners, so like they can't supplement that damage with something from the mid lane. So getting rid of Lucian's not awful. And Flash Wolves ban LeBlanc. Bjergsen hasn't played it. He's had multiple chances to play it. Not exactly sure why they banned LeBlanc, but maybe they just don't want Bjergsen to have something that's good mid-game scaling, and they want to force TSM into this hyper late game. So that might be an okay ban. And TSM bans Jace, which like I said, it's very heavily geared towards keeping them on one type of damage, one set of damage, so that TSM can itemize extremely well against their composition. They can just get magic resist and be pretty tanky for the mid game and be able to win mid game team fights. And Flash Wolves picked up Corki, so TSM's on track with what they want to do. You could still itemize magic resist in the Corki, and you're 100% okay. And TSM picks the Cho'Gath, so now they're taking the Cho'Gath away from the Flash Wolves, saying, okay, well, we've seen through your plan, and we're gonna swap it from you so that you can't go this crazy hyper late game comp. You're not going to get the unkillable Cho'Gath for us. We're going to take it from you, and we're going to pick up a Cassiopeia, which is okay in a Corki, and has great wave clear, coupled with the Cho'Gath, has great wave clear. Engage for a comp that doesn't have incredible engage, and a lot of damage. So, okay. Yeah, okay. This is good. TSM's comp is good. I like TSM's comp. I like the way it went. And Flash Wolves pick Renekton. And that's where they get their AD damage. They're getting their AD damage from the top lane now. And now you know, if I'm TSM, I'm thinking back right here. If I'm TSM, I'm thinking back to all those talks we had about the first Misfits game that played out. That's what I'm thinking back about. And how many times I said in that video, I'm sure if I could point it out, there has to be an analyst in TSM that pointed out to Haunter and Sven, Renekton and Sejuani is an okay, it's a decent two-man, and the top lane is pretty strong. And Renekton is a big bully. Um, bullies almost every top laner in the early game, so he's definitely gonna bully Cho'Gath. Um, Cho'Gath should be okay. He can, he'll be pushed in, but he should be fine. But I would just rather, in this type of setup, I would rather see Sven hover top and mid because clearly those are the lanes that can bully. The Corki and the Renekton are the more aggressive lanes. and probably the winning lanes against your Cass and your Cho'Gath. So from your composition, you know that's where you kind of have a deficit. You kind of want to babysit those two lanes and get them in a position to win. Doublelift on on Trist and Lulu on Bio, they're gonna be fine against Janna Kog'Maw. They're gonna be fine even if they get ganked. Lulu Tristana is just hard to kill. It's that simple. Like going bot lane for Flash Wolves really isn't an option because they just don't have the ability to kill that lane. They don't. So you don't really have to worry about that lane as much. Even Bjergsen's lane is pretty okay against Corki. I don't feel like he'll get bullied too much. Not entirely sure why Bjergsen's bringing Cleanse here. Maybe he's just bringing it for the Sejuani for like a level 6 gank. He doesn't want to get locked up at level 6. Okay, I could see it. He figures the only way he can really die is if Sedge shows up and hits him with an ultimate. So he's gonna bring Cleanse just in case of that eventuality. And then now he has a pretty safe laning phase as well. Like, the main thing that you can see here, the big mismatch that you know of from these drafts, from a team perspective, should be the Renekton. You know Renekton can bully Cho'Gath. That's why you picked Renekton into Shen, because he pushes and he bullies early in the lane. So that's probably the lane that you're gonna wanna give a little bit of attention to. But all in all, all in all, good draft. Once again, good draft from Parth. Not Parth's fault if this goes to hell. This was both teams have solid drafts in this. There's I actually favor TSM's draft, to be honest. I actually think TSM got the better end of this draft. And should this match reach late mid, late game, TSM is almost a shoe-in to win. Almost. Yeah, I think so. They have so much more damage that like a Cassiopeia, a late game Trist, a late game Cho'Gath, they're they're gonna do fine against a Juggernaut. I like TSM's draft. I think it's better. Okay, so TSM's spreading out to their lines. Standard lines here. Everybody is just having a little bit of fun here. Throwing up, throwing up the emotes, saying how you doing. I see you. I know you're there. I'm not sure why Doliph backs in that situation, because I'm pretty sure just from standard regeneration, his character would have regen that damage by the time laning started. So I don't actually think he had to, but it's not the end of the world. And Sven's starting top again? Which, okay, I actually like this too. I think that's fine. Sven's gonna start top. He's saying, okay, Renekton's gonna push the wave anyway. Cho'Gath's gonna get put under turret, so it's alright for Cho'Gath to get put under turret. Oh, that is unlucky. They don't have any eyes on the Sejuani. They don't know where the Sejuani is pathed at all, because that ward at Raptors disappeared right as Sejuani passed by it, and Sejuani didn't go to Raptors. So this is super quick pathing from Karsa. He did blue wolves to red, and it's 240. Red Scuttle. And now he's in the top side jungle for TSM. They have no real vision control at 3 minutes on the top side at all. Okay, there's a ward in the river. Okay, that was good ward timing. Oh, unlucky. He dashed through the wall, and yeah, dashed through the wall. Get first blood on Karsa. Get first blood on Karsa and the assist on the Renekton. And now Cho is TPing back. Okay, right here. Stop. Right here. Sven needs to not be here. Sven should have recalled and started moving up top. With pinks. Like, unless he plans on doing that right now after Krugs. But that's what he needs to be doing right now. He needs to back, get his jungle item, and get a pink. And he needs to go top. The reason he needs to do that is because Karsa just 3-minute, 20-second ganked through turret your Cho'Gath with a Renekton bully lane, which in my mind shows a little bit of priority. Like maybe we said in the draft that the only real danger in your comp, the only real lane that's gonna have trouble and possibly get bullied out is the Cho'Gath. So it's the one that maybe you want to give a little priority to. Keep him safe, get some wards up there, babysit him a little bit for the early game until the point where he's tanky enough, where even if they dive, Cho'Gath's going to be fine under turret. The Renekton won't be able to kill him. The Sejuani won't be able to kill him because he'll have maybe a stack under his belt. He'll have maybe an armor item. You know what I mean? So right now, Sven doesn't need to be bot side. He needs to go top, get vision for Haunter, maybe get some vision into Karsa's jungle. You have two pushing lanes here. You could easily get vision into the top side jungle because your Cass is putting pressure on the Corki, Cass is pushing, your bottom side is pushing. There's no reason not to try to get some wards down this time. Okay, Sven's going for it back. See what he gets. Doublelift goes hyper aggressive. Which is okay, because they know that they just saw the Sedge a few seconds ago. Up top. Sven gets a pink, he gets his jungle item, and he's headed top lane. He's going to get some vision for the Cho'Gath. Please get vision for the Cho'Gath. Boom. Okay. He hits the sweeper, the sweeping plant, and he sees a pink and another ward in river, now it's screaming that they are going to pressure top lane. It screams that okay, now they want they want to pressure top lane. That is the such an early pink in the river. So now you know 100%, 100% that they want to try to kill top lane. You know, Cho'Gath flashes down. You know, he's pretty weak early. Renekton's a bully early. You know, his teleport's down. And you know, they just pink the river. And there's, well, maybe not just, but they have a pink in the river and they have another ward in the river. So clearly, this bush, they just want to keep this bush dark for Hauntzer. So now you got red flags, alarm bells should be ringing for Hauntzer and for Sven that chosen danger, something's coming, right? So Sven gets an up river ward to try to see what's going on this entrance of the jungle. And he gets a Raptor's ward to try to find the Sejuani. Now he's going into the Sejuani's jungle. Stop. He's going into Sejuani's jungle because because Bjergsen has pushed up at least to middle of the lane, maybe a little bit further. Corki's a little bit back in lane, so he feels like, okay, I have mid lane priority here. I'm going to try to get vision. I need to find Sejuani right now because something's going to happen top lane. So I need to know where the hell this guy is so I can be there in time. Back up. Sejuani just entered lane brush from Krugs. We know this. We have red. We have the control wards in the river. We know that Sejuani is missing. We know that Sven is looking for Sedge. He should be communicating this to Hauntzer. He's looking for the Sejuani. He should be saying, hey, there's a pink in your river brush. They might be trying to go aggressive on you right now. So, hey, he's not at Raptors. The Raptors are gone. He's not at Krugs. The Krugs are gone. But Hauntzer, without Flash, with red, with a control ward in his river brush, is pushed up this far in the lane. He's at the river with no vision of the river, knowing it's pinked. Nobody has any eyes on Sejuani. Nobody knows where this Sejuani is. And he has no flash. So right now, Hauntzer is just misplaying. Horrifically misplaying. And actually, I think Hauntzer saw that. Right there. So he should know that Sejuani is up in that brush. He should know he's top. And he goes for a trade on the Renekton, just a silence. He's pushing up in lane. Sven's collapsing on the Renekton. Okay, so what's going on here is they know Sedge is in this bush, but they're saying, okay, we can fight the 2v2. not a big deal. The issue is, I don't think they realize that Renekton Sedge is probably stronger than Cho'Gath Gragas in the early game. I actually think it's a little bit better than Cho'Gath Gragas. More than likely. So, more than likely, they're going to lose this 2v2. Also, yeah, more than likely, they're going to lose this 2v2. Wait, what happened? Okay, he's pushed up. They're looking for the Sejuani. That's what Sven's doing. He's looking for Sedge. Haunter's pushing up. He's like, hey, get around the Renekton. Hey, I saw Sejuani's passive. He's up here. Okay, right there. What? They were just too far in lane. Like, okay. Instead of saying, hey, let's go for the 2v2 here against a Renekton, where the 2v2 is probably not going to work out. All right, it's probably not. Like, what? Let's just go through the abilities here. Like, Cho'Gath has Vorpal Spikes, you have Silence, you have Rupture, and all those do like pretty minute amounts of damage currently. Like, most of Cho'Gath's burst damage comes in the form of like his feast at level 6. So at level 6 he's probably stronger than the Renekton. Once he's like level 6 and has like a one good solid armor item under his belt, yeah, more than likely the 2v2 for the Gragas and Cho'Gath is better because Cho'Gath's feast. Basically, all the kill pressure comes from Cho'Gath's feast. But at this point in the game, between levels like 1 to 6 for Cho'Gath, you're actually not that powerful. All right, like you have a silence that stops people from using their abilities for a little bit. It's not like a high level silence. Um, you, you know, the rupture's doing a little bit of damage. It's a little bit more CC, and then like Gragas is just like he's a mini stun. He's CC with the knockup, and like the damage isn't high from Gragas either. Like in the end, what does Renekton have? Well, is slice and dice, a stun, his Q uh is like insane amounts of damage, and it regens him health. Like as far as like potential kill pressure potential right now, Renekton is way light years ahead of the Cho'Gath. Like they have more damage, more potential for damage, more CC with Karsa's passive and Renekton. Renekton's gonna proc Sejuani's passive. It's gonna make the or the freeze come out quicker from Karsa. That's a big amount of damage. There is in no world do they win that 2v2. So Haunter had no business proxying that far up, and they had no business trying to take that fight because they were never going to win. Um, and they knew that that was happening. Like clearly they knew it was happening. That they got the ward. That's where they were getting the vision in topside jungle. That's why Sven automatically pathed to the top side. They knew that as soon as they saw the pink in the river, that was going to happen. So that was just really, really bad. And now Hunter has to walk back to lane on Cho'Gath. He's gonna miss that whole lane of minions crashing. Renekton has another kill under his belt. He's probably got a Tiamat. They're probably right. If he goes for one, maybe he's got a Phage. Yep, he gets a Phage. And Haunter has boots. It's 20, almost 20 CS behind. He has 2 deaths. Maybe he's a half experience bar down. So he's probably not going to hit 6 nearly at the same time as this Renekton. Hey, the wave is bounced. So now he's in even more trouble. Now he's in even more trouble. Because Renekton bounced the wave. So Renekton pushed, reset the minions, and backed. And then now the wave is probably from a couple shots from Hanser's passive, maybe. It's pushing back towards Renekton, towards the turret here. And Renekton has just hit 6, and Hanser's still 5. So Renekton he is just so much pressure on Hanser right now. Because he could kill Hanser right now pretty easily. So Hanser can't walk up to these minions, and he's not going to be able to get his 6. And more than likely, from the way MMD's proxying, he's defending his pink, and he's like gonna probably just last hit. He's gonna keep the wave right here. He's gonna freeze it. And he's gonna freeze Haunter off experience. Because that's usually how you snowball a top lane lead. If you can't just go in and kill them every few seconds, he's just gonna freeze them off experience. And now they have a useless Cho'Gath. Yep. See the reacting? Every time Haunter walks up to the wave, he proxies up. He says, hey, I'll beat you up. So Haunter just, okay, dude. Fine, man. So he goes, he clears the control ward, and now he's just on the hunt for something. He's like, fuck, man, I need a creep. I got Scuttle. Now maybe go find a Raptor camp. Nah, I'm just gonna back. He's screwed. Like, he's totally screwed. And the biggest thing about this, during that whole Okay, so Sven flashes and says, okay, well, we're not stronger 2v2, you're on your own, Haunter. And he goes to Raptors. So Dwani starts getting vision in the bottom side of the map. Gets a pink in that middle of the river bush. Control ward. Let's see. And tries to put a little pressure onto Tristana Lulu. But it's never going to work because he's not 6. And Bjergsen pushes his lane and then goes with Sven because this side of the map is unsafe currently. And he's going up with Sven to going on a ward clearing mission, trying to find Sedge again. Basically, MMD is he's just playing mind games with them right now. Okay, so they found MMD now. So they're like, okay, MMD's here. Found him, squad. He's not topside. Hanser, you're okay to go back to lane. But in actuality, like Hanser's not okay to go back to lane. Like MMD is no longer, or Karsa, I meant Karsa, not MMD. Karsa is no longer necessary top to snowball top. The Renekton is more than capable of snowballing top from here. So while it's great they found Karsa, there's just by the nature of top lane, Cho'Gath is screwed right now. Like, honestly, after that second gank, after Cho is put that level behind and like items behind and so much, if I'm Sven, maybe he should have just pathed top again. I guess like what they're afraid of is the fact that they'll lose the 2v2 more than likely. So on the off chance that Karsa also paths top, like they'll still lose. Um, Plus like so he's trying to focus more bot side and get vision bot side for his bottom laners. Maybe saying like, okay, well, you're on your own, Hunter. Like, you're a losing lane. There's nothing I can do for you. So I'm leaving my top jungle camps for you. Just get what you can. Try to survive. But that's so hard to do in the top lane. Especially because they just have zero vision up there. I mean, they do have, I think they have sighting. Yeah, they have sighting on everybody right now. And that's actually the trigger for him to go after the scuttle. As soon as they got vision of everybody, he's like, okay, I can get scuttle. I'm alone up here. The Renekton is the only one up here. So, honestly, this was kind of a mistake by Hanser. He shouldn't have stopped. This was a mistake. He's getting frozen out. He's getting frozen out of experience, frozen out of gold. Just go take the guy's Raptors. Like you have full vision of everybody. You know that Kog'Maw and Janna are here because Doublelift and Bio have seen them. Bjergsen just saw Corki bot lane. Sven is tracking the Sejuani through the jungle right now. Bjergsen's pushed up the turret, so if you were to invade Karsa's Raptors right now, Bjergsen could go and help you if anything goes wrong. He doesn't need to back here. He could just go do the Raptors. Bjergsen can even help him with the Raptors. There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. It would help him get the experience he needs, starting to do a few jungle camps. Yeah, he'll still be behind. Yeah, he's still going to be behind in gold, minions. He's definitely lost the top lane, but that's forfeit at this point, dude. Like, at this point, you just need to find experience somewhere so you can be viable for your teammates, so that you can possibly hit level 6, get your feast up. Once you get your feast up, you can go feast stack off anything, dude. Anything in the jungle, absolutely anything anywhere. Feast, the, like, go feast stack on the Infernal Drake. You know what I mean? Like, he just needs to hit 6. He's one level off. Maybe he's like 75% of an experience bar off. That's like one, maybe two jungle camps. If he has to do this, yeah, it sucks to be in this position. This sucks ass for any top laner. This is awful. The worst position you can be in. But he has options here. He doesn't have to give up here. Like backing here, that's giving up right now. because once you're back, then you're 2 levels experience down. You're not even 6 yet on Cho'Gath. 8 minutes in the game, like then you're in trouble, man. Your experience is gonna be below your bottom laners. Like, go do the Raptors. Go do the Raptors right now. They, they even had vision of the Raptors. He was so safe to take this guy's Raptors. He knew that they were up too. He just backed. Puts a ward at the entry to blue. He's just saying, okay, I'm completely screwed, guys, but hey, like, I'm just gonna play the most passive possible. I'm gonna ward on blue. If I see Karsa trying to dive me, back off. Top lane's forfeit. Okay, fair, fair. But rewind the tape. That moment that he was mid lane, there's a ward at Raptors. You know Sejuani is at his wolves. You know Corki is in bottom side jungle. Your mid laner is pushed at turret. Your jungler's in their bottom side jungler keeping tabs on them. You have free experience there. There's not always the perfect moment or like the need to invade from as a laner and counter jungle the enemy jungle, but that's actually an important move here. I mean, Raptors give the most experience of all the jungle camps. There's a chance that camp of Raptors, I'm not exactly sure what Haunter's experience bar is at right now. Oh, yes, I do. Right here. That camp of Raptors would have given Haunter 6. Like 100% he would have hit 6. He'd have Feast. At that point, he's not totally screwed in lane anymore. As soon as Cho'Gath gets Feast, okay, like he might be okay with a little support. At least this wave crashing with his like jungler coming up, he doesn't have to run away from it. He should have took the Raptors. Okay, so basically what happened here is they saw that Karsa was up here and he was going to punish Haunter even more. So Bio backed, Sven backed, and they both ran up top lane to support Haunter so he could get the crashing wave. Um, so he's okay. He's not winning by any stretch. He's not in a good spot, but he's surviving. I do like the fact that he ended up going Ninja Tabby because he needed to be able to get back to lane. And honestly, yeah, it's like the best he could do. You know what I mean? Okay, so Haunter has Flash, he has Teleport, he's equalized the levels thanks to Biofrost Roam, thanks to Svenskeren pathing back up top. They've brought Haunter back slightly back into the game. It's a consideration as a player. Um, the wave's starting to push. They kind of know. They don't really know that Sedge isn't top. He has no ward in River. He has no ward in their try. No deep vision. All he has is a ward in this lane brush. So, but he's already behind. Bear in mind. So what can he do? He doesn't have a trinket. Doesn't have a red ward. I don't know if he could afford it or not. Honestly, he bought a rejuve bead, so clearly he could have afforded it. Maybe a couple of them. That probably would have been a much more sound investment than a rejuve bead. Not exactly sure how that's gonna save him right now. Maybe he figures like I don't know if he has a pink down. I don't know if this is his pink. So he's like, well, hey, I have a pink on the map. It can't be his pink. Yeah, it's not his pink. Okay, so he just didn't buy a pink. Should have bought a pink. Because he needs more vision. He knows they're camping him. At this point in the game, after getting ganked twice, almost 4 times, if not thwarted 4, maybe 5 times, you know you're getting camped, okay? Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this at this point in the game. Buy a pink ward. You know? Play defensive. Your team's really not going to help you win your lane. I don't even know if they really can help you win your lane. So just buy pinks, play defensive, get the farm when you can, hard shove the waves, and leave. Go find something to do. Because like you're not gonna be able to sit in lane. If you just sit in lane, you have to sit way back here. Because Karsa is constantly in the top lane, top side of the map, and he's been there like 4 or 5 times. You gotta play scared. Okay, so he's not pushing up past the river. He's playing scared. He's saying, okay, I have a pink at blue. I'm not moving past the river. I got a ward in that jungle brush, so I'll see him come into the jungle brush. If he passes up here, I'm not going to die. He's trying to farm with ranged abilities. I'm not sure about going into that brush. That was kind of a... Yeah, that was just kind of a dangerous move, but you know, okay, he didn't die. He's just kind of rupturing creeps right now. He's getting what he can. And Sven, like, okay, you can say Sven hasn't really had any insane impact on this game, but it's not like he has any amazing ganks. Like, his best gank is maybe bot lane, maybe mid. So yeah, he's trying to gank bot. Okay. I think Haunter canceled the TP, or did MMD cancel the TP? One or the other. Oh, it was Maple's TP.
Yeah, they're trying to do this play
Okay.
once again. Maple going up to the top side, deny Hanser this whole wave that has been frozen.
Now Maple's
So
coming
little
up
time to
here
push in,
to
and Hanser
deny.
gonna have to give it up over 2 levels down.
And they're gonna
Basically
lose this
now,
turret.
once all this experience is lost, he's hoping that at least he can get the minions. Playing it very respectfully though, he has to be this defensive, and this is well done on both sides. Flash Wolves really are getting the most out of this advantage, and the question is going to become, can they now snowball with this Renekton? What
Okay.
can you get done with it? And that's
When Maple rotated up top and shoved that lane, and Bjergsen's kind of bottled under his turret, but as soon as he shoved and he sees Sejuani mid laner, or mid lane, he's probably screaming like Maple's headed top. You know what I mean? Like there's no other place he could be going. You would spot him on vision if he was going bot, so you know he's top. So they knew he was top. Haunter was able to back off because of that. But all this pressure top has basically created a 50 CS lead and a dead top turret, which kind of hurts losing first turret that way. But honestly, the Sven's gank on bot, I would have rather seen a gank on mid lane. Because I always feel like ganks on Janna, Cog lanes, both with flash, all summoners up, Cog barrier pop maybe. That's probably why Doublelift and Bio were playing aggressive just to get summoner spells. Like, okay, maybe you can do a return gank, but that's a little late at this point. Like, laning phase is about over. They got their turret for it, so now bottom lane will probably just rotate top without summoners. They've had good ward coverage bot lane. You know Karsa's bot lane. They pinged them. Bjergsen's got his ult. Like, I feel like he should have made an aggressive move onto Maple. If he makes an aggressive move on a Maple with Bjergsen instead of going bot lane here, like they're all posturing towards the bottom lane. I'm not sure why. I feel like it's like Double saying, yo, I can carry this. But like Bjergsen has a good CS, he has a good lead. Maybe Maple's a little bit stronger with just. I mean, it's not like the guy has a completed Hex drink or anything. All he has is a Sheen and like a null magic mantle. Like he's 100% killable from Bjergsen and Sven. And like he's proxying around here.
not last hitting those minions, and it feels real bad.
Yeah, at least
Puts wards here. He doesn't find Karsa.
the pressure that Karsa is invisibly putting out. Although another jump here, another good tornado from Sorda, but Betty
Then they found Karsa on that ward. And they moved towards bot. Like, no. They should have moved towards mid. Like, you're not gonna kill this bot lane. You're not. You have a better chance at killing the Corki. And as like if you're putting pressure on the Corki, you're preventing the Corki from moving. You're keeping him locked down in lane. So then, no matter what, with that, by keeping the Corki locked down, by keeping vision on Karsa, you're protecting your top laner. Because Haunter is behind, very behind, by lots of CS, but he's not behind to the point, now that he's a level 7 Cho'Gath, that like Renekton can just like fly in and kill the guy. Like, he can't, because Haunter's still stacking feast stacks, hopefully. He's still getting lots of health. He still has Ninja Tabby. Like, he will be okay in a 1v1, but as soon as it turns into a 2v1 again, he's screwed. Like, completely screwed. So what happens is Renekton pushes, because they relinquish the reins on Corki. They just said, hey, Corki, you're free to do what you want to do. And Corki goes and puts pressure on the Cho'Gath because it's the weak lane. Just gives MMD enough room to breathe, get shots on the turret, zone the Cho'Gath off of CS. So yeah, that gank bot should have been a gank top, or gank mid, not a gank top. Because they ganked bot, it caused that. It allowed for this. And now that that's happened, now it's going to turn into a Herald. I mean, the only thing I can think that maybe they're saying is, look, we scale. It's not that big of a deal. Losing a turret, maybe losing Herald. Just let us stack our tier. Let us get through this. Get through the mid game, and we'll be fine in the late game. Bot lane is doing okay. Mid lane's doing okay. Like, just get whatever you can, Haunter. You know, build full. You're always gonna build full tank anyway. Like, this is not the end of the world. Maybe that's what they're saying. Okay. Little bit of a trade here. Force flash.
Inside track there for the bottom lane of TSM, so Kasa has to respect it, and whilst he respects it, it gives more time for the rest of TSM to come in. They know his flash is gone.
That looks like that's the way they're going about it. And they're just saying, hey, Haunter build tanky items, shove the lane when you can. Maybe it's the best for the best that your turret's gone, dude, because then now that's a long lane. Renekton's gonna be scared to push up that far. You'll at least get CS, you know? Okay, that's Renekton's teleport. You know that's Renekton's teleport. Hold up. You know that's Renekton's teleport. You saw Corki, so you know Corki's there. Renekton's the only one that could be. So now you have TP advantage. You have TP advantage. 13 minutes in the game. The one thing your gank did do well, Sven, is it blew both flashes from Betty and Sword Art. Blew both their flashes. Okay? You still have TP. You still have teleport. They just wasted their teleport. Alright? Dragon's up. Infernal Drake is up. You're already bot side. Bjergsen is already posturing towards the bot side. Can we get a gank on this bot lane now? I mean, what? At worst, it's a 5v4? That Renekton can't show up. Why are you backing? Don't back. What? Don't back. No. No.
still up here as Haunter gonna try and get out. Rupture's good, but he flashes past it. Haunter now gonna flash out of the way. And I don't know where to go from here, but he's not dead yet. Yeah, he's on the
Okay,
right
he's
side.
going bot lane.
Probably gonna try and get out. Maybe teleport to base. He'll do his best. MMD doesn't
Don't
know
TP
where
to
he is.
base, just back.
Assuming he'll get out here. No, he's
Or,
not.
yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
Try and get out. Eats a minion.
Get a
Gets
few
back in.
stack.
Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you in 30 seconds. This ship's
Okay,
going
that's
down.
fine.
Minions coming with me.
That is fine.
Got the beast stack. Word.
Haunter is going to be up in 20 seconds.
Good little attempt there,
Bjergsen needs to be roaming bot lane. He needs to be moving towards the bot side of the map right now.
Insect's Betty, but now the
TP in
TP
from
in.
Mabel.
He is so late.
Reset from Sword Art, 3v3. Knockup there is wonderful, but Firefront taking the damage. Package is massive. Oh, Wild Growth, not enough.
He is so late on this.
Double Live looking for it. Span, they're already too low. Jukes on Rocket, but Mabel's got the double.
Oh my god, he's so late on that.
Everybody, maybe split a little too much, but Haunter is going to chase one down. Double Live in onto Maple. Wants to take down the 1v1 as Bjerg will get Betty. Maple still firing away. Almost grabbed a triple, but TSM get the kills. Wow, that was super close.
Oh my god, they traded.
Comes in very clutch.
They traded 3 for 2.
Before it, Flash Wolves though still winning the map.
They win by so much.
He was so late on his roam.
Get mid lane turret.
He should have roamed so much earlier.
And they're going to get the top lane tier 2. Flash Wolves out to a massive advantage off of this play.
Well, MMD does finalize that turret. Now a 3-turret lead for Flash Wolves. Got him. An oopsie over the wall there.
Back into the same situation.
Oh, they're just so out of sync, dude. They're just so out of sync.
Again at 15 minutes. This
But TSM get the kill.
TP in from Mabel.
Mabel can join the fray. Monsoon resets the stack. And goodbye, everybody. I'll see you in 30 seconds. This ship's going down. That minion's coming with me.
Got the beast stack. Word.
All right, well, MMD, good little attempt there, but Haunter gets himself out.
Wait, clear it.
Over, double it back in again.
Walk.
TP in from Mabel.
Mabel can join the fray. Monsoon
He's walking through the pinks.
knockup there is wonderful, but Firefront
And Maple TP'd. They engaged
not enough for the last
so early.
Potentially turn this.
double live looking for it. Span, they're already too low.
They engaged so early. They engaged too early. Bjergsen's roam was late, and they engaged early.
He's gonna chase one down. Double live in onto Maple. Wants to take down the 1v1 as Bjerg will get Betty. Maple still firing away. Almost grabbed a triple. But
Oh, it's just so much fucking shitfest in one play.
almost grabbed a triple, but
Like, first off,
play. I've seen this. Does not know where he is. I'm actually
Only 1v1.
there's a long
Now is just try to hold it even.
this mess should have never fucking happened.
Now you have this big window where Renekton can only 1v1.
There's a long way for Haunter to try and run away from though. Flash is still up here. Is Haunter gonna try and get out? Rupture's good, but he flashes.
This mess should never fucking happened. You're still a level behind, still Renekton, it's still early game, you just have a couple items under your belt. Why walk up to the guy? Don't fight him. Those creeps will make it to your turret, dude. They're coming to your turret, right? Like,
Alright, gonna try and get out.
Sven? Ew.
Optimizing in has been traditionally this big star, this incredible duo with deny.
Hey! And I don't know where to go from here, but he's not dead yet.
Right here. Sven? No, here. Sven, Bjergsen, everyone should be saying, as soon as that TP came out, that should have been the call. Everyone on the team should have been on the same page, right there. Renekton's TP is down, that's our advantage, let's use it. So how do we make this work? In order to make this work, we have to find a proper lane to gank, right? Well, we have one. We know their flashes are down, right? Bot lane. Is someone timing the summoners? Someone should be like, do they not have a person timing summoners on TSM? Cause you know, bots flashes are blown. Okay? TP is blown. They only have one more TP. They have the mid TP. At max, they can get 4 people in bot lane. That's an obvious target. Okay, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Renekton fucked up. We're gonna go and we're gonna just dive the shit out of bot lane and get bot lane turret. Haunter, just play safe. Play safe, get ready to TP, dude, because you're not even going to be in that lane. Like, even right here,
Because now you have this big window
right
where
here,
Lucian can only 1v1.
Sven shouldn't have backed. His pathing should have immediately been towards the bot lane. The bot lane should have started playing aggressively, pandering in the middle of the lane. Bjergsen should have been on a hot route down this this pink red highway that they got. 1, 2, 3. He should be here by now, just coming down. And Haunter needs to be right here, ready to TP. Because their only fucking advantage right now is that Haunter still has TP. Flash Wolves don't have TP. And Flash Wolves bot lane, no flash. They have no flash. That's 2 solid kills right there. It's 2 solid kills. That's a turret. That's an Infernal Drake. If Flash Wolves try to reply, that's 4 kills, a turret, and Infernal Drake. All of a sudden, the game's it's all yours. And it's like that seems like that's what they wanted to do. It seems like that was their plan, but it was just slow and muffed. Like it's like uncoordinated, man. Like this is like the most uncoordinated shit. So what ends up happening is they trade 3 for 2 because it's uncoordinated. What they did was completely uncoordinated. The people didn't show up at the same time. So Flash Wolves got the picks while they could, and then as soon as the people showed up, they just booked it. So now they traded poorly in this exchange, lost teleport, lost flashes on 3 of their characters, one being Cho'Gath, who's already getting bullied by Renekton. They lost mid turret to the Herald that got taken, and they've gotten damage on the secondary turret, and they lost top turret from the Renekton. That one play, because they were so uncoordinated and so hesitant to just pull the fucking trigger and make the play, they lost the game.
And they're going to get the top lane tier 2. Flash Wolves out to a massive advantage off of this play.
Well, MMD does finalize that turret. Now a 3-turret lead for Flash Wolves. Got him. An oopsie over the wall there.
Back into the same situation as last game, essentially. Now for TSM, down 5,000 gold again at 15 minutes.
They didn't
This
get the
early
turret.
game has just been so bad for them.
The
And
Infernal
once again,
Drake,
get an Infernal. Get something
it's a
valuable for
consolation
yourself.
prize.
This is a very scary position.
Well, they will again get that same Drake, so Infernal over to TSM, just like the last game. Not sure it's the way they drew it up, but at this point, that's what they have to take.
And we're now getting closer to a point where MMD will have the teleport up for himself. Again, a 6,000 gold, a little bit more than what it was last time, so you'll take that.
Another thing we've seen constantly through these past 3 videos, if anything, TSM plays really poorly around Herald. Really poorly around Herald. It's like they don't prioritize it at all. Like, I don't think I've seen them take a Herald in any of these 3 games. They just they just keep losing it, man.
They try to pull off this insect play, but not really enough damage to actually make this happen. And with the TP coming in, it's full retreat for TSM. And I love the target selection.
See, I don't even think Doublelift had to make that play.
Rushing towards the Ardent Sensor is just super
They should have just ganked through here, through the back tri-brush. Alright, like, if Flash Wolves is gonna back off, take their turret, man. You don't have to do some weird flash Doublelift punting the Cog Mob a few units forward against a Janna lane. Like, it's awful. Just push the minions, get them under turret. You're a Corki, or you're a Tristana. You have Lulu, picks the wave, put a blast charge on it, blow it up, get them under turret, and dive. Send Sven through this try, even if he's going through wards, man. Send him through the try, show the dive. It doesn't matter if they see it coming. It doesn't matter if they know, alright? Like, you don't have to be sneaky about this fucking play. It's not necessary to be sneaky about this play. It's not necessary to be sneaky about this play.
From this stage, though, how do Flash Wolves hit that mid game? Something they've struggled to do.
It's not necessary to be sneaky about that play. It's not necessary to like hide it from them at all. Like you're just based off summoners, based off what you have and what they've done, that is your right to take that dive and take this turret. Alright? It's that simple. At worst, maybe you don't get both kills. But regardless, you're going to get the turret, you're going to get the Infernal, and you shouldn't take deaths for it.
Yeah, I mean, Renekton is such a mid-game powerhouse, though, at this point, and TSM, time and time again, double jumping in onto Betty.
And it wasn't like he even hit this. He didn't. Sven should have legit just pathed into their try. Like right into this back bush right here. They should have pushed these creeps, and just pathed directly into this back bush. And Bjergsen should have pathed right along with them, because it doesn't matter if they see you. They can't reply with the same amount of resources.
Really enough damage to actually make this happen, and with the TP coming in, it's full retreat for TSM, and I love the target selection from Maple. Delete this Lulu.
The only thing like maybe they're afraid of, that maybe they should be a little bit scared of on your turret, is the Corki package. But honestly, I just feel like Bjergsen was just super late. Bjergsen was just super late. It was like muffed, like they weren't coordinated about it. Haunter's still dead as they're trying to attempt it. Like,
People's own devices, but of course, there are some pressure and caster down here. TSM 3v3
no, it
currently,
was it. They fucking.
MMD at level 11,
It's like
very quickly to that Titanic
such
Hydra.
bad shot
This
calling.
is pretty much as strong as you can ever get in the game as Renekton. This early on, he is going to be such a powerhouse, and if he ever gets onto Bjergsen or double it,
So Sven's down here and he's prepping. Sven's down here. He's preparing for the 3-man. They know Kars is here. But what they haven't done, what they don't know, is Renekton Summoner. Because they know this dive is coming. That's why Sven is here. They know this dive is coming. Bjergsen's peeing that Corki's missing. He's going, okay, I don't see Corki anymore, guys. So they know this dive is happening, right? They know Renekton's teleports up. They should have a clock on that summoner. So basically what Flash Wolves is about to do to TSM is exactly what TSM should have done to Flash Wolves, but they're about to do it better.
He's going to be such a powerhouse, and if he ever gets onto Bjergsen or double it, he can one combo them.
Really nice ward there as well from
Haunter
Caster.
cancels the teleport with Rupture up in top lane, but it doesn't matter because Corki's down here. It's 4v3, 3 kills. On all these scaling mages, Bjergsen's roaming has just been so bad.
I mean, the Janna has been so much more effective. Again, Lulu does not result in a lane
He's
inhibitor.
just not moving from his
It's
lane.
been shown time and time again at this tournament. The Janna denying so much from Doublelift, being able to keep them alive.
I mean, I
When
can
you have Karma
respect
on a
that,
rage blade,
like,
you're
yeah, he's
basically
pushed
calling
back. They keep
victory to the
shoving the
opponent who's just
minions
on the
when
static
this
shiv. This is
happens.
very well executed. Five-man attempted dive. They only need four in the end, as Bjergsen could not match the roam here from Maple.
Svenskeren tried his hardest to try and
But,
deter the
like,
tank from killing his bottom
they should
laner.
know.
The ult
You
was
know what I
fast,
mean?
but it's more of an afterthought because between him and Sorda, still enough damage
They
on
should
the
know
Sven.
this.
This is very more effective.
3-0 in the dive from Casa TP's here. TSM 3v3 currently. MMD
They
can
know
develop
Corki pushes the
some
wave and disappears
QB
off the
behind.
map.
MMD at level 11, going to be very quickly to that Titanic Hydra.
See,
This is
Bjergsen
pretty much
pings
the
him
one
and then
thing to
question
win the
marks.
game.
What? Where did Corki
Winning
go?
this early.
You even saw like the direction that he was wavering. So Corki's just he's missing randomly on the map. You have decent warding for Haunter, so you know that he's probably not trying to get anything on Haunter because like you'd see him moving towards Haunter. So Corki's just gone, right? You know you're about to get dove. You know Doublelift has no flash. Like, you know Kars is here. That's why Sven's here, because they know Kars is here. Corki just blanks out, goes missing. And you know that there's teleport on Renekton. So you know that they're setting up, they're hankering for a juicy dive, man. They're going for this. Like, there's no way this isn't gonna be a 5-on-3. Why are you there?
Early on, he is going to be such a powerhouse. And if he ever gets onto Bjergsen or Doublelift, he can
Boom.
one-combo them.
Really nice ward there as well from Casa. TP's coming in.
They've got
Giving
Camel.
everything. Doublelift just gets stunned up forever. Betty does take out Bifrost. Doublelift still somehow alive. And Casa is going to chase.
Just based off summoners, you could make the conjecture that they should give that turret up and not be there. Just knowing that Renekton has teleport, you know you can't be there.
Chase him down and take him down. Sven will meet that same fate.
Time and time again at this tournament, the Janna denying so much from Doublelift, being able to keep them alive. And now that you have Kog'Maw on a Rage Blade, you're massively stronger than the Tristana, who's just on the static shiv. And this is just very well executed. 5-man
From killing his bottom lane.
be the game. This could be the game that potentially denies a quarterfinal entrance to TSM, because if TSM lose here, they are then dependent upon Misfits losing their next game.
And good timing on that one. We'll actually take a look at the gold. The last time these two teams played, remember TSM had an epic game one of 50 minutes long. And look at the roller coaster they went on to win that one.
But
So, in the past 5 minutes, 4 minutes of this game, TSM has made, they've ruined, messed up their own opportunity to get an odd man dive and an objective, probably two objectives, and
Well, I mean, that's kind of been their story all
they've
season long.
gotten
Fight their way out of a massive
odd
hole.
man
They
dived
still want to keep
and
destiny
lost
in
an
their own
objective.
hands.
They've
For now, though,
messed
Flash
up
is
their
like
chance of
to play
making a
well. There we
play
go
and
against
then
Sven.
had the
Well,
exact same play
here in this bot
done
lane,
to them
Haunter is doing what he can to keep it even, but Casa's
properly
gonna make it very uneven. Haunter with an early flash. Forced away. Casa
in
focus on.
3
Bifrost
minutes.
is landing there. Haunter absolutely cannot get out, and MMD just takes him down again. Yeah, no such thing as safety for the top laner of TSM. Cho'Gath dies inside track to the rest of the map. Flash Wolves are running away with it.
That's 2 tier 2s and Sven
Now Flash Wolves are just, they're stronger than TSM. They can win any fight that they take at this point. They don't really care if TSM has numbers there. TSM lost turret mid. They have no outer turrets. They've lost an inner. Renekton's super strong. He's just diving people whenever he wants. Flash Wolves are just grouped. They're doing exactly what WE did. Well, now time to group. Time to end this game. They're going to put it in the dirt. It's over.
The clock is ticking and it's also running out. You've got a Renekton who will also
Honestly, they could
push
just
to the
go
bottom
back and
lane
do Baron.
fully. Now he doesn't have
TSM can't even stop their Baron.
And so lane assignments are still an awkward thing for the Flash Wolves if TSM are in the confines of their own base, which they were. So Flash Wolves take the safe option, they'll back away, they'll reset. I would imagine it's either a pick they'll look for before the inhibitor, or it's big item spikes that they're after. Well, we talk about TSM trying to mount a comeback. This is the biggest goal deficit at 20 in group stage at this world. So again, we talked about TSM looking for mid to late, team fighting their way out.
And that's why they backed. They backed up to set up for Baron. That's why they put, like, they went ahead, they dropped pinks, they took scuttle, they got a back off, and with all that gold, they're about to just go take Baron.
You can't when you're this far behind. The tanks are just so massively behind that they're not even close to where they need to be to withstand the onslaught. And from this stage, I feel like Flash will just even have an easier late game.
Well, Maple and Bjergsen gonna have a meeting. Bjergsen tagged first. Sven here, maybe a play is mounting, but not that safe for TSM. There's still a turret here for Maple and friends coming up. Maple just clears the wave. They have to dive in with no minions. Oh, interrupts that one. Flash out there from Maple. TP in there from Flash with the caster over the side. Bjergsen forced to get
And
away.
this is just desperation.
No, he's the one that has
They
to
saw
flash away.
Maple farming under turret. They're like, hey, maybe we can get a pick here, odd man, and then we'll be able to get a Baron. But you can't do that when they have 2 TPs. And once again, they didn't time the TP off Renekton. Like right here. Right here. And you can see that they start talking about it, I think. Sven's up here. Haunter says, I'm on the way. Sven's like, okay, I'm going. Bjergsen starts talking. They all start talking right here, saying, okay, we're going to dive this. MMD's teleport just came off cooldown. Like, no one's timing summoners or something. No one's timing the summoners or keeping track of them.
Maple just clears the wave. They have to dive in with no minions. Oh, interrupts that one. Flash out there from Maple.
TP. Karsa. You're all dead.
Despite the sun landing on the Maple and Sven. No, he's the one that has to flash away. Good rupture there onto MMD, but Bjergsen needs to keep running away. Sven not so lucky as Karsa and Sword Art gonna clean that one up. A flare out from Sven. Gonna try and get himself out of there, but Karsa should have this. Sven Scaron still in the escape, but double if dies on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Bjergsen may go down here as well. Betty is closing in with Sword Art.
I don't think anyone's tracking cooldowns on TSM.
Bjergsen have to do something. Bifrost gonna get knocked out by Sword Art, but Flash Wolves, they want the big prize. Gonna try and take down Bjergsen.
Or they don't understand how to play around cooldowns.
That's just the Baron as well here for Flash Wolves, and I think they have this game fully wrapped up at this point. They have such an enormous lead.
That's free Baron. That's the end of the game. Should end in the next 2 minutes or so. Alright. This is a how much longer do I have to watch this hot garbage check.
Diving without minions, not knowing where the rest of the Flash Wolves roster is, they just get collapsed on, and they don't get the kill onto Maple. Very easy turnaround as a result of this from what TSM tried to start.
Yeah, the play just reeks of desperation. And look at Betty here in the 1v1 against Double. A Sword Art coming in, not even close. Betty ends that fight at essentially full health. The Kog'Maw has outscaled, is at a much stronger point than Double is on this Tristana, and wrapping up Bjergsen as well. MMD playing it patiently. He has utilized his advantage, and Flash Wolves look poised.
And one big thing you can take away from this fight, why it looks so successful from the Flash Wolves, is they recalled. They all bought.
And honestly, going back to picks, if you're TSM, I think, pretty sure, Flash Wolves have done this type of comp before with double TP. You know Corki has higher mobility than Cassiopeia anyway, so like they should just... You have to pick your battles correctly, and you have to win the battles you pick. Like, they had entryways into this game. They had a huge chance to win this game, and they just threw it. Bad shot calling and bad execution. And, like, from then on, it's just became such a mess. I don't think anyone's tracking summoners.
They itemize magic resistance, they run at Bjergsen knowing he's not going to do as much, proves to be very successful for them.
For TSM, you have to slow the game down. You have to be able to hold these waves. But I don't know that they can do it. With the Baron minions coming in, this inhibitor is sure to fall.
Well, this is just, yeah, the game's over. There's really nothing to analyze from here. They're just way stronger than TSM with a much stronger Kog'Maw and like good comp. Anyone could win this game. Like throw an ult in, start a fight, clear minions.
Just for the end, gonna escort the
Game's
Baron
over.
minions in. Completely dominant performance. They will get their one win, and TSM's fate is now reliant on a WE win.
Tassa flashing back in. Flasher's just here to finish the task. Svenskeren gonna get locked down under the turret. MMD now dominating as he takes that one down. Again, Haunter stunned up for Ace. Nexus turret just getting torn to shreds. And Flash Rules, they may only win once, but it hurts so bad. That is an upset if ever you've seen one. The blue shell.
And that's that.
Flash Rules
That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's TSM's hopes and groups. And then they have to play a tiebreaker, which I'll analyze next. But honestly, from any sport group team type mentality at this point, I think a lot of people could have predicted that after this loss, TSM was going to lose to Misfits. Just like, not only were they at the mercy of WE to beat Misfits, but to like actually get a tiebreaker, they're also, you're so demoralized after this. Like you hype yourself up so hard. Everybody's hyping you up. Everybody's saying you're sure to get out of groups. You hype yourself up on social media at the beginning of the day. You're pumped up. Then you drop a game to WE, and to be fair, WE just played good. They played lights out. Like maybe you could have made a couple more proactive plays there. Maybe you made a couple mistakes, but that was the WE that beat SKT, man. Like that was like you made a couple mistakes and that ended the game for you. Like as soon as it happened, that was it. Um, against Misfits, the game they did win today was against a Yasuo pick. Like you don't really feel accomplished for winning that game because you won in pick ban. Like as soon as they locked in Yasuo, you knew you won. It's like a cheesy pick top, so you're like, okay, we got this. And then this game happens, and it's your surety of at least a tiebreaker. You're almost sure that you're gonna get out of groups if you beat Flash Wolves, because more than likely you feel Misfits won't beat WE the way WE played. So you just have to make that one step. And I almost feel like maybe some of the players on TSM have like this is their inner demon because this has happened before. It happened last groups too, where they just needed that one win, that one push to push them over the edge and get them out of groups. So, and then you drop the game to the 0-5 team in your group, the one team with 0 wins. Everybody's beating them. Like at this point, as a team, you feel demoralized. You don't really feel like you deserve to get out of groups. So I don't know. We'll take a look at that VOD, but I don't think it bodes well for TSM. And it's go figure, right? Like this was hard to watch. This was a hard game to watch. Anyways, we'll see you next time.